right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Mic Time. I am Jay,
This is Cody.
and today we are going over a very sensitive subject for a lot of people in relationships, and it's the feeling that you know the relationship is ending,
Yeah.
right? How do we get there? What are like stages? What do we go through? Things that we feel, and there's a couple of things that I've noticed that it's not the most relationships don't end with a fight.
Mm.
They usually end with a feeling. So meaning when you'll know like, okay, there's less laughter, there's less time together, there's more space between you and that person, right? Physically and mentally.
Yeah.
And you start to get this feeling of what's going on. Why is this person doing this?
Uncertainty.
Right. Like the feeling of doom.
Mm-hmm.
You
Like
know?
something bad is coming upon the horizon.
Yeah. And I noticed that in my past, energy is super important. Like I'm a New Yorker at the end of the day. Energy, I never really believed in that shit, but I have developed a strong intuition and a strong feeling of with my partner, like being able to know that something's like you with Danielle,
Oh, yeah.
if something's bothering her, right? When you've been with someone for so long, you know there's a shift and you feel it,
Yeah.
right? And it's not something that you can describe. It's just like, why do I feel this way? Why, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And there's been numerous times that I've felt that. What about you?
No, I fully agree. I think that one of the big things is there's a transition point where it feels that the relationship has gone from a relationship to more of a roommate situation. And this is just going from experience of like when you're living with someone, it'd be completely different if you were not living with them. But in that aspect where, there really is no intimacy, there's no connection there anymore. And it's like, okay, we're just sharing a living space together at this point,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. And the body knows before the mind does.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's the crazy thing. The body knows before the mind knows. It's like your nervous system picks up on things your brain refuses to see.
Or even though your brain sees it, you completely disobey it and think, no, everything will be fine or something along those lines where, you're aware of that, maybe it's time to end this relationship, but you're like, I don't want to, your heart doesn't want to give up. And then, you give it another try and then you're like, yeah, I don't know why we did this.
Yeah.
You're like, it should have ended way ahead,
Yeah. And most people know it's going to end like 2-3 months before it actually does.
Yeah.
It's they don't have the ability to pull the trigger.
No.
Right.
I mean, it's tough, when you're in a relationship with someone and you care for that person and you've built, sort of a life with that person, no matter the length, we'll say. But yeah, it's, you integrate, everyone integrates with each other's lives. And then, it's an interesting transition to go from that separation,
There's certain things that you'll pick up beforehand, right? So these are some list of things that you might be picking up if you're watching this and you're dealing with someone at home or it's someone that you're just in a relationship with. You may not live together, but you're starting to pick up some things, and it's like you wake up with a heaviness or anxiety.
Yeah.
That's one of the big signs. This one hits kind of hard. You feel relief when they're not around.
Ooh. Yeah.
Right? Like that's
Like you feel like you can breathe a little
like
bit
you
better.
can breathe a little bit, right?
Yeah, you're not walking on eggshells.
Right. There's you get tension in the chest and the jaw and in the stomach or whatever. And then just you feel like your nervous system relaxes when you don't hear from them.
Like communication wise.
Yeah, like communication gets cut off and you're just like, oh, I'm good.
Yeah. Another thing would be if there's constant conflict. Like there's no excuse me, there's no actual like good days.
Yeah.
You know, it seems that every single day it's like, okay, there's an issue, even though there really shouldn't be an issue. Issues are being, you know, miraculously appearing out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, it's like picking a fight just to pick a fight.
Yeah. And then the worst part is for some people, it's like you start to grieve before the relationship ended, where you start to think of the person that they were, the memories that you have together.
Well, in that aspect, it's almost like you're grieving them, but you're also trying to like hold on to them
Yeah.
because you don't want to end it. So you're
Yeah.
like thinking about the positive version of them, even though you're dealing with the negative version of them.
Right. And then, you start feeling lonely in the relationship. The one thing that I notice with past relationships is the emotional checkout. Right? Like, oh, you hear that all the time. I mean, how many times have you heard your friends say it? Oh, I'm already checked out. I checked out already. Like, no matter what I try to do, I checked out.
Yeah.
And I always feel like if you check out easily, then it was never meant to be.
Yeah. No, 100%. I mean, if you're able to just give up on someone, you're not willing to, you know, work through those things to an extent, you know, like if the things that you're going through are, you know, if you're being abused by someone physically, mentally, emotionally, that's one thing, you know, like that needs to end.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if it's just normal bickering or things, like every relationship is going to have their ups and downs, and no relationship is perfect by any means. Like it's not sunshine and rainbows. It's not like the movies, you know, where it's just hot, steamy sex, always happy, out partying, you know, going to a field of flowers, doing this. Like
Yeah.
you're gonna have moments where it is going to feel slower. It's going to feel, you know, not as intimate, but, you know, that is our job as the two people in a relationship to stay intimate, to stay connected, to always be working on each other, with each other, and growing as a couple,
Yeah.
you know? But if one person decides to give up, well, then you've already lost the battle.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't, even if they check out, they won't leave because they have that fear of the unknown, which
Yeah.
is fear of being alone
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
or not finding someone.
Yeah.
Right. But if you're, and I don't want to get too much into this, but if you're being abused, your fear of being alone should be a lot less than the fear of being in that relationship. Right.
Yeah.
But we're not going to touch too much into that. That's a sensitive subject for a lot of
Yeah.
people. But one thing that I do find that a lot of people do is when you're not with that person in the same room, right? So let's say me and someone else, we'll just come up with a random name, Joanne. So me and Joanne are dating and we get into a bicker. She goes and hangs out with her friends, I hang out with my friends. One of my rules are I am not going to talk about anything bad in my relationship anymore. Like, I won't do that.
No.
I'm not going to go to my friends and tell them, you believe what she did or she did. I won't do that because that brings a lot more negative energy. And then someone else, everyone has an agenda, right? So you never know who has an agenda there. But what I hear a lot from the other end is the same question that people ask their friends all the time or their family. Am I asking for too much? That question alone is going to make you think a lot.
Yeah.
Because once you tell your friends, am I asking for too much? They're going to side with you. Because it's your story versus someone else's story, and the truth is somewhere in the middle.
Yep.
Right? And what I found in relationships is most women, and I say most women want love. They want love, they want affection. Most men want respect and trust.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Spot on.
So when a man isn't feeling respected, he's not going to give the woman the love.
Yeah.
But if a woman's not feeling the love, she's not going to give the man the respect.
Yeah.
So it goes back to a downward spiral.
Yeah.
And then when you have two people that don't want to admit their faults, you're beating on a dead horse,
Yeah.
right? A
Yeah.
communication, which we have said in the past, and if you haven't watched that episode, we'll make sure we leave it over here somewhere. It's communication is the most important thing, because if you can communicate, and we've said in that episode also, not only communicate, but be willing to understand,
Yep.
right? Comprehension, understand someone's point of view, you guys can pretty much work everything out together without getting external sources thrown into it.
Yep.
There was another thing that I was reading about too. The question that people avoid is not, can I make this work, but who am I becoming by staying?
Interesting.
Do I feel safe being fully myself here? Because a lot of people feel they can't be themselves.
Yeah.
And there's been past relationships that I've been in that I felt like I couldn't be myself.
Likewise.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm so thankful that, Daniela has come into my life and I've met her, and lucky enough that we're married. It's like, because I utmost am myself.
Right.
Unapologetically, I am myself with her. And likewise from her.
Yeah.
Because
she trusts you and
Yeah.
you trust her, and relationships work out better when you can actually be yourself, because that means your significant person knows everything about you. They know who you are, and ladies, I'm going to tell you one thing that is super, super important. If you can hide a fart, what else are you hiding?
Oh, that's funny.
It's true.
That's really funny, actually.
It's true.
I like that.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. If there's no gas coming out that ass, you are hiding other shit.
Let them
physically and literally.
Let them rip, ladies. Let them rip.
Let them rip. We as men,
we'll find it hilarious.
We will find it hilarious. Now, if it stinks, we'll probably make you laugh, because we're gonna be like, ooh, why? But we won't look at you any different. If we really love you, ladies, you can fart.
Yeah.
You can fart. Just let it out. Let it rip.
It's natural.
It's natural.
It makes you feel better.
But if you're hiding it, I don't trust you.
Yeah.
I don't trust you. Because that shit hurts.
It ain't comfortable.
Just saying.
It ain't comfortable.
It ain't comfortable. Just saying.
I want to go back real quick to how you talked about the not going to outside sources. In my opinion, that is one of the biggest rules for a relationship, is keep everything in your relationship between you and your significant other, no matter what. Because the second that you get an outside source, things are going to start going down.
Yeah.
Because that is a lot of influence that is coming from outside areas that does not get the whole picture, that does not get both sides, and it can quickly just bite your ass. you know?
Right. I agree with him 100%. Now, if you're dealing with something like to the extreme,
there's always an extreme.
Right.
There's always an extreme.
If you're being physically like, there's shit going on, you need to talk.
But if this is a normal relationship and you're just dealing with normal relationship stuff, leave that between yourself. The whole charade of people waiting to hear gossip, don't need to hear it.
Yeah.
Because they're going to all have their own opinions and their own agendas in some sort of way.
Right. Everyone's looking through a lens.
Yeah.
They're looking through their own lens.
Yep.
So they're going to give you advice from what they've been through. They're not going to give you the advice you necessarily need. And we get very, don't do that. I've done that. Trust me. That's bad. Yeah, I've been there. You know what's going to happen, right? This is going to happen. And then you're left alone. But that shit happened to you don't mean it's going to happen to me.
Yeah.
Like, you don't live with my significant other. You don't know my significant other like I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's usually the first sign. And then now they've planted some seeds in your head.
Yeah. The seed planting.
The seed planting starts to happen. And then you start analyzing the shit out of everything.
Yep. You start second guessing everything. You start analyzing everything. And then it's just, you don't know who you are and your own thoughts.
Right. Follow your intuition and follow your gut. But to an extent, some of y'all be very toxic. And you be making shit up in your heads and you're like, "Oh, my gut tells me, no, it's your toxic ass is telling yourself that shit. Because I know some friends, some guys that are friends of mine, and they've told me stories, and they're like, dude, I'm home. I work all day. I go home,
Yeah.
and she thinks that I'm doing other shit.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, I'm literally home.
It's like, I don't know where you think I am, but literally just working all day and then I come home and play some video games.
Yeah, there's no way that you work that 12 hours. Yeah. Some of us have our own business where we have to work 12 hours.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, oh God, I don't know. It's just, it gets to a certain point where it's like, it's just too much. Here's some questions that, so what this feeling is trying to teach you, right? So this gut feeling, this intuition feeling, all of those things that we mentioned, it's not always about them. It's about boundaries, self-worth, growth, or outgrowing the relationship, right? But the endings aren't failures, they're feedback. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So every time that you have gone through an ending in a relationship, feedback is information,
Yeah.
right? You've learned, hopefully you've learned. Some people don't learn. They keep going down the same roller coaster.
Yeah.
Same roller coaster, same roller coaster, same, like, bro, how many times do you keep going in the circle until you just get dizzy and throw up?
Yeah.
You know, and feedback is you have to analyze the situation you were in and think realistically to yourself, what could I have done different?
Yep.
What could they have done different? And moving forward, what did I learn that I know I won't bring into the next relationship?
Yeah.
And what do I want out of the next relationship that I didn't get out of this one?
I have something really good. We have a client at my job. He's a UFC fighter. His name's Joe Pfeiffer. And he believes in, I don't have losses, I have lessons.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that. When I heard him say that, I was like, dude, that's 100% right. Exactly how you said, you know, yeah, I had a fight, you know, I maybe didn't come out with the dub, but it's not just a loss. You look back at everything, you learn from it all. So it is a lesson, not a loss.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Every relationship that I've been in, I've learned something from.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I didn't. Like for the first, I want to say 2 years after a breakup, I never really analyzed the previous relationship.
Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're so stuck in that post time of a relationship, you get caught up in yourself.
Yeah.
And you're not able to actually look through that lens to learn what happened, you know?
Yeah. The relationship I'm in now, I have learned so much from my past relationships that I know better now,
Yeah.
right? Like I know how much time women need, how much time they want, right? Small little gestures that they love,
Yep.
doing things more, knowing that, okay, I'm the man of the house. She takes care of me physically, emotionally. I take care of her physically, right? But I still give her the love that she wants. You know, I still hug her all the time. I still kiss her. I still tell her. Like, there's certain things that as in my 20s, I didn't know, right? And now that I'm in my 30s, I've learned a lot from it.
We're both in our 30s.
Yes,
You're almost 40 though, aren't you?
Why'd you have to do that? Why can we just cut that?
Yeah, we can just cut that.
We're gonna cut that part right out. So, yeah, I knew you were gonna throw that in there. I said it to myself. My intuition told me you were gonna say some shit, and I knew it. But yes, I've learned a lot from my past relationships now that I think I'm a better man, a better boyfriend than I've ever been.
I think no matter how the relationship ends, you can look back and learn from it. Whether you broke up with someone, you were broken up with someone, it was mutual, you got cheated on, you cheated, there is always something that you can learn from a relationship and become a better person for that next person.
Yeah. If you get burned, you should learn your lesson from that spot that burned you. Oh, I know not to turn the stove on that way, or I know not to get too close to it that way. Like, you got to learn that in your relationships, how not to get burned.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between learning not to get burned and being paranoid.
Yeah, that can
right?
ruin a lot of relationships as well.
Because some people go into a relationship with this anxious attachment. If you haven't seen that episode, we're going to
Check
leave
that
that
episode out.
right over here somewhere. But yeah, you don't want to go into a relationship with an anxious attachment. You don't want to go into a relationship with an avoidant attachment. You want to go into that relationship knowing your worth realistically, because some of y'all don't even stay in your lane. Some of y'all do not stay in your lane. You got to learn how to stay in your lane. That's it. I am not driving 100 miles an hour in the right lane. I know that's for people who are going 60, right? Left lane's a fast lane. I know I could handle a fast lane. Some of y'all don't know what you can and cannot handle. You need to figure that shit out. Because it's just, y'all coming out, you're going out there creating villains and demons. Like, it's crazy. You out here trying to, oh, this guy was so good, but I was in my villain era, so I fucked him up. Like
That's the issue, is not taking things from past relationships, like negative things, and then bringing them into that new relationship when that person isn't that person that you were with prior.
yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like, oh, this person, they did this to me, you know, so I'm just gonna automatically expect, oh, this person also will do this to me. No, it doesn't work that way. This is a whole new person, a blank slate that you are building with. The seed has been planted and you are growing together.
yeah,
This is not a withered plant that burned you, you know.
yeah. If you don't heal the wounds that someone else left, you're going to bleed all over the next person.
Yeah.
Simple and plain.
Wow.
Simple and plain. Everybody knows that's just how it is. You
Yeah.
can't bring your shit from your past relationships into your new ones.
No, no.
You
because
have to
it's-
clean that up.
It's just not going to work out.
Yeah, you have to clean
Yeah.
that up. There was something else that I had here. Let's see. Here it is. Okay. So just remember that if you're feeling these feelings, right, you're not broken and you're not damaged. This isn't always necessarily a you problem. It may be a someone else problem. And you have to learn how to differentiate between a you problem and a me problem. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or a you problem and a them problem. And that's what I've learned. Sometimes I'll do something and I'll be like, that bothered me. That's a me problem. Or I'll do something that I know is not that big of a deal and it bothered her. That's a you problem because you took it a certain way,
Yeah.
which is not the way that I was trying to.
Yeah. And that can all depend also on how someone's feeling in that day. You know, that's another problem with texting, you know, where you're not able to hear someone's voice or their tone or a lot of different variables. You can simply send a text. I'll text you even just as a friend, right? And then you woke up on the wrong side of the bed and you took it a wrong way. And then you come back firing. I'm like, I was just being chill, you know, like, I don't know how, you know, so like, that's another thing where you got to realize, like, you know, communication's huge and just don't text serious things, in my opinion. Don't text serious things.
I definitely agree. Sending text messages to try to fix a situation is probably the worst thing that you can do.
It'll make it worse.
Yeah. You have to learn to communicate
Yeah.
because there's a difference between saying, like, I don't give a shit, or be like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah. But
Two
that
completely
over
different ways.
text,
Right.
depending on how I'm feeling or how the other person's feeling, it could be taken a whole different fucking way.
And then people will be like, well, I put emojis. Yeah, well, you know what? We're adults. Stop putting little cartoons on your text messages.
No, but it
Even though I do that.
me too.
Yeah, I just put the eggplant.
But yeah, no, texting can be very bad, like very detrimental to a relationship with how you use it.
Yeah. So I'll name some signs in my past relationships that I knew things were ending. One relationship, it was where I was comfortable not being around them anymore. Where I wasn't even looking forward to seeing them anymore.
Yeah.
Right? So that was one. Another one was when you're used to a routine for years and all of a sudden that routine breaks and you're like, why? Why were you always home with me in bed every single night And now all of a sudden you're coming home at 11, 11:30, 12, 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Why are you coming home talking about a single person over and over and over? Right? These were signs that I had gotten.
Yeah.
And then it was less of holding my hand, more distancing.
Yeah. On the intimate.
Right. And it was like, oh, the intimacy dropped.
Yeah.
Well, I was like, turn over and like try to do it. And I'm tired.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Sorry. You ain't tired. You just checked out somehow.
Yeah.
Right. Those were those things. Another thing was lack of communication. The communication started to drop.
Yeah.
The text message response started to be 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours in between text messages.
Yeah. The communication just cut off.
Yeah. You're like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Where it was like pulling teeth just to get to talk to my girl. Like, why is this becoming so difficult? Right.
When it used to be, effortless.
Effortless. Where they were hitting me up like,
Yeah.
hey, I want to come over. Or, hey, can I come over? Or, hey, what are you doing tonight? Like,
Mm-hmm.
then you start to realize sometimes how much you were being used.
Yeah.
Right. And then after the relationship's over, you sit down and think like of all the things that had led to that. And once your mind gets clear, because your mind's not clear after a relationship ends. That takes some time for you to clear your mind to be able to really think back on everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, damn, but why didn't I see this before? Why didn't I notice this was happening before? Right? Am I stupid? Like, why was I so naive?
Yeah.
And it was because you were in love. Like, you cared about that person.
Yeah.
You know, you wanted to be there for that person no matter how hard you tried. And then your friends might have noticed it, but they supported you.
Yeah.
There were certain things you noticed, but you supported me. You were like, he's going to get hurt, but he's going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Right. But now that I look back at a lot of things, the amount of shit that you deal with that you shouldn't have to deal with.
Oh, yeah. Before the breaking point
Before
happens.
before you even thought of a breaking point.
Yeah.
Like, why am I putting myself in this situation? Why am I dealing with this shit? I don't deserve that. I deserve better. Why do I keep dealing with it? And a lot of that is built around insecurities, right? Not having the ability to feel secure within yourself.
Yeah.
So now I'm in a relationship where I'm secure and she's secure and we both love each other. And I didn't know how easy it could be.
A good relationship is.
Right. I had no idea how easy it could be.
Likewise. Yeah.
It's so crazy because I'll give you an example, right? I sold a car part. In previous relationships, if I sold a car part, I would buy a car part with that money.
Yeah.
Because that way I'm not coming out of my own pocket, right? It was money that was already spent. I used to get shit for that. Why? You got money. Why would you spend it right away? Why are you going to do that? Like, you need to save, da, 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 da. First of all, you can't save yourself to $1 million. It's not going to happen.
No.
So what I did was, now with Jen, I sold a car part the other day and she said, well, what are you going to do with that? And I almost got triggered, right?
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, this is not that same person. So let me see where this is going to go.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I really want to get some carbon fiber parts for the bike. And she said, oh, I think it's a good idea.
Nice.
What?
Yeah.
What? What do you mean? Wait, why? And she goes, what do you mean, why? And I went, I don't know. In the past, it was like a big deal for me to sell something and then buy something. She goes, well, you're kind of like trading it for another part.
Yeah, it's you already have a part. You're just getting a different one.
Yeah, she's like, you're just trading it, so you're not coming out of pocket. It's not like you made $400 and now you got to spend an additional $500. Like, you're buying something that is worth the same amount of what you already had.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh,
cool.
This is what it's supposed to be like.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. And ask me, did I get that other car part?
Did you?
No. You know why? Because a part of me still feels a little sick at buying another car part because I was always shamed for doing that. For doing something that I love and something that I like to do, I was always shamed on it.
Yeah.
So now, no, I didn't buy it. And do I still want to buy it? Yeah. But am I going to buy it? No. Almost, it kind of makes me sick. So that's a me problem.
Yeah.
I gotta fix that. She's all good for it,
Yeah,
but now
now,
it's a me problem. What do you got for quotes? Or unless you want to add something
Yeah,
else.
no, I got. Let's go into Cody's quotes. You want to smack that button?
Yeah, ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Cody's quotes.
It's on a note.
Oh, it's on and on.
It's Cody's quotes and cut it.
Damn it, I missed it again.
All right.
Gosh. We're still, it's been a little bit.
It's tough when we don't have the headphones on.
Yeah.
You know,
You don't hear it on yours?
No, they're not connected.
Oh.
They're not connected at all.
I raised the volume purposely on yours.
I can hear it, but not a lot.
Oh, shit. All right.
Yeah, maybe next episode we'll do an episode with the headphones. The next episode we'll do it with headphones.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, we'll test it out.
Yeah.
But for this quote, we have, sometimes it is better to end something and try to start something new than to imprison yourself in hoping for the impossible.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Give it to
Solid.
them one more time. One more time.
Sometimes it is better to end something and try to start something new than imprison yourself in hoping for the impossible.
Mm-hmm.
That is by Karen Solmason.
Thank you, Karen.
Yep. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you, Karen. We have a Karen. Karen. That's a smart Karen.
Yeah. I saw that. I was like, damn, that is so true.
Yeah.
It really is.
You don't want to beat on a dead horse forever.
No.
Right? That's one thing that I've learned. When it's over, if you know it's over,
Just cut the cord.
yeah.
Just end it.
Yeah.
Don't prolong.
Rip the Band-Aid.
Yeah, don't prolong it, because the more you prolong it, the worse it's going to get.
Yeah. And it takes a lot out of you living a lie for so long.
Yeah.
Like the day you know it's over, or you have that, what's that feeling of impending doom or something like that? Impeding doom? Just let them go. You're not doing justice to either person,
Yeah.
right? You're stopping them from finding someone that they might love, and you're stopping yourself from finding someone better or someone that you might love, you know? And I was dragged along for a long time. And even though that person refused to admit it, they kept doing this push and pull and push and pull and push and pull, because they didn't know they wanted me, then they wanted me. Then they didn't want me, and then they wanted me. And it was just more of a comfort thing than it was actually giving a shit about me. So, but they did me a favor, and I'm the happiest I've ever been in a relationship right now.
Fuck yeah. Likewise.
So, yeah. So if you're feeling like it's going to end, let it go. If you're feeling like it's like you're the problem, and you're starting to realize you're not, then you're not the problem. But a lot of people won't admit their faults, right? Real adults admit their faults. You have to admit your faults and make peace with your own demons. That's it.
Facts.
Yep. You got anything else?
Every relationship that doesn't work out is simply a stepping stone to making you a better person for the final one.
That's it.
There you go.
That's it. Every breakup is going to make a new you.
Yeah.
Don't go down the path of negativity. Be better. Some people just want to break up, and then they go into a villain error and they start hurting everybody. I know, because I did. So if you've broken up with someone, or someone's broken up with you, it's not the end of the world. You're growing, and someone's going to find you when you're fully blossomed, but you got to allow yourself to be watered. You got to keep growing, and you just got to keep doing better.
And guys, we appreciate you watching this episode of Mic Time. Make sure to like, comment down what you thought about this episode, and subscribe to our channel and join the Mic Time podcast family.
Yes.
This is Cody.
I'm Jay.
Peace.
Peace.